Continuation of the original text, anniversary, expansion with advanced techniques. 7. The science behind detachment, what neuroscience says. Have you ever stopped to think that your brain might be wired to ignore birthdays? Neuroscience studies reveal that people with a low dopamine response in social situations, such as being the center of attention, tend to avoid celebratory rituals. It's not frills, it's brain chemistry. The reward system. For some, the expectation of a happy birthday activates the same brain region that processes mild threats, the amygdala. The body interprets, if I am the focus, I may fail or disappoint. Emotional memory. If in past birthdays there was abandonment, fights or frustrated expectations, the hippocampus files that date as potential danger. The result. The subconscious boycotts the celebration before it even begins. The attention paradox. Research shows that introverts and highly sensitive people, HSPs, have sensory processing overload at social events. A sung congratulations can sound like deafening noise to them, literally. But here's the plot twist. That same coldness could be an evolutionary superpower. People who don't rely on external validation tend to have greater resilience and less social anxiety. In other words, your brain may be protecting you from a world that demands constant performance. 8. Your birthday as a mirror, what your relationship with this date reveals about you. Your behavior regarding your birthday is an emotional thermometer. Take this quick test, mentally. White heavy checkmark. Do you often forget your birthday? Sign that you live in the future, goals, or in the past, traumas, but struggle to be present. White heavy checkmark. Do you celebrate, but feel empty afterwards? It may indicate that you associate joy with external conditions. I'm only happy if. Your brain is waiting for something more and never finds it. White heavy checkmark. Do you prefer to celebrate alone, in silence? You value authenticity over performance. But be careful, repeated isolation can be a symptom of emotional avoidance. White heavy checkmark. Do you hate it when people forget your birthday? Your self-esteem may be linked to the memories of others. Key question. Do I remember myself when no one else does? The revolutionary insight. Your birthday is not about the day you were born, but about how you relate to your own existence. Ignoring it can be self-protective, or self-sabotage. Celebrating it can be an act of resistance in a world that has taught you not to take up space. 9. The dark side, when detachment hides a wound. Not all disinterest in birthdays is philosophical or evolved. Sometimes it's a scar disguised as indifference. Let's talk about the 3 most common wounds behind this behavior. 1. The wound of abandonment. No one remembered my birthday when I was a child. Why would it be any different now? Symptom. You avoid celebrating so as not to run the risk of being forgotten again. Side effect. You repeat the pattern, pushing people away before they can disappoint you. 2. The wound of guilt. I don't deserve to be celebrated. I'm very lucky just to be alive. Symptom. You minimize your achievements and think that celebrating is selfish. Side effect. You attract relationships where your value is constantly underestimated. 3. The wound of identity. I don't know who I am. How can I celebrate something I don't understand? Symptom. You avoid birthdays because they force you to confront your own existence. Side effect. You live in autopilot mode, without a clear purpose. The question that hurts, but liberates. If I don't celebrate my birthday, what else in my life am I avoiding facing? 10. How to turn your birthday into a power ritual, even if you hate it. You don't need to throw a party or post on Instagram to honor your existence. The secret is to reinvent the concept of celebration in a way that makes sense to you. Here are 5 alternative rituals for those who hate congratulations. 1. Reset day. Instead of celebrating the past, use the date to reset. Write on paper. What no longer serves me? Burn the paper. What do I want to attract? Keep it in a special place. Why it works. It turns the birthday into a portal of renewal, not a social obligation. 2. The lonely, but holy, supper. Prepare your favorite food, light a candle and talk to yourself. What did I learn this year? What is my body asking me? What is my heart still afraid to desire? Why it works. You recover the sense of sacredness that society took away from personal dates. 3. The invisible gift. Give yourself something that no one else can give you. Permission to make mistakes, to rest, to exist without justification. Time, a whole day without guilt for not producing. Silence, turn off notifications and listen to your thoughts. Why it works, you break the cycle of external validation dependency. 4. The letter to yourself from the future. Write a letter to yourself in 5 years. Include: what do I hope to have overcome? What person do I hope to become? What don't I want to forget about today? Keep it in an envelope and open it on your next birthday. Why it works, creates emotional continuity in a world that lives in the immediate. 5. The act of rebellion. Do exactly the opposite of what society expects. If everyone posts photos, spend the day offline. If everyone is having a party, travel alone. If everyone expects you to be grateful, allow yourself to feel angry or sad. Yes, that's valid too. Why it works, you regain control over your own narrative. 11. What to do when others insist on celebrating, and you don't want to. Here's the emotional script for dealing with family, friends, or partners who don't understand your detachment. 1. For those who think you are antisocial. I'm not against celebrations, I just believe that life is celebrated in small moments, not just on a date. But thank you for caring, that's already a gift for me. 2. For those who insist on surprises. I know you want to make me happy, and that already makes me happy. But if you really want to give me a gift, give me something symbolic, a hug, a book, an afternoon of silence together. 3. For those who are offended that you don't want to party. It's not about you, it's about how I relate to this date. Just as you like to celebrate, I like to reflect, and both ways are valid. Master key: validate their feelings without giving up yours. X. I understand that you want to see me happy, and that touches me very much. My happiness today comes from X, and I hope you respect that. 12. Birthday as a metaphor for life, the final lesson. Ultimately, your relationship with your birthday is a microcosm of how you approach existence. Think about it. If you ignore the date, maybe you are ignoring parts of yourself. If you hate her, maybe you're at war with your own history. If you celebrate it with joy, maybe you have made peace with time. If you reinvented it, congratulations. You understood that life is not about following scripts, but about writing your own. The question that changes everything. If today was my last birthday, how would I have liked to have spent it? 13. To reflect and act. Before closing this text, pause and answer mentally. 1. What was the most memorable birthday of your life? Positive or negative? 2. What did you avoid feeling at that time? 3. If you could rewrite this memory, what would you change? 4. What could your birthday this year symbolize? Rebirth. Closure. Gratitude. Now choose an action. I will try one of the alternative rituals above. I'm going to talk to someone. Someone about how I feel about this date. I will allow myself to feel everything, even what hurts, on this birthday. 14. One last story, to end with a golden key. I met a woman who, at age 40, decided to celebrate her birthday for the first time. Not because of external pressure, but because she understood that ignoring the date was ignoring herself. She didn't have a party. Instead, he planted a tree in the yard and wrote on a sign, "Here, her name, was born, and here she chose to be born again." That tree was not a symbol of ego. It was an act of resistance. In a world that teaches us to chase likes, success, and approval, she chose to grow in silence, but with deep roots. Your birthday could be this. A reminder that you exist. A pause to ask, am I living the life I want? A rite of passage that only you understand. What if no one else understands? All good. The best celebrations are those that don't need an audience. 15. Your invitation. No, not a generic CTA. This text does not end here. It ends with you. If something here resonates, hurts, or illuminates a dark corner of your mind, don't keep it alone. Comment, share, question. Or simply sit in silence and let the words echo. Because at the end of the day, The greatest gift a birthday can give you is not congratulations, but permission to be exactly who you are, even if that means not liking birthdays. Until the next reflection. Oh, and happy existence. Seedling. Why this text works. Final technical analysis. 1. Psychological depth, neuroscience plus emotional wounds. 2. Layered structure, from scientific to philosophical, from personal to universal. 3. Active engagement, direct questions, reflection exercises, practical scripts. 4. Intimate tone plus authority, like a friendly therapist who is also wise. 5. Circular closure, starts with birthday, ends with existence. 6. Emotional CTA, doesn't ask for likes, asks for transformation. Tip to apply. Whenever you write about human behaviors, mix science, for credibility, stories, for connection, action, for real impact, poetry, for memorability. Next level. How about expanding this topic to why do some people don't like Christmas? Or what does your relationship with commemorative dates reveal about you? The pattern is the same. Intriguing hook plus validation plus root causes plus reinvention plus empowering closure. Why do some people not like Christmas? Or, what your relationship with commemorative dates reveals about you. 1. The hook that discomforts and attracts. Have you ever felt that tightness in your chest when December arrives? While the world is filled with lights, music, and happiness, you just want the month to end soon. It's not a lack of Christmas spirit. It's just that, for you, Christmas isn't a party, it's a mirror. And mirrors, sometimes, show what we don't want to see. Why does it work? Emotional contrast, collective joy versus individual discomfort. Visual metaphor, mirror, that invites introspection. Immediate validation, it's not a lack of spirit, to reduce guilt. 2. The hidden layers of anti-Christmas. It's not just not liking gifts or finding it commercial. Behind this feeling may be disguised grief. Maybe December is the month you lost someone. The blinking lights remind you of absences. The smell of panettone becomes a trigger. And no one notices, because everyone is busy being happy. Technique, sensory details, smell, lights, to make pain tangible. The pressure of performance. Christmas requires you to be grateful, generous, united with your family, full of faith. But what if you don't feel any of these? Then comes the guilt. Why can't I be like others? Technique, internal dialogue, why can't I, to create identification. Christmas as a reminder of loneliness. When everyone posts pictures of perfect dinners, and you're just alone on the couch, Christmas becomes a giant billboard of what you don't have. Technique, urban metaphor, billboard, to modernize pain. Unresolved family traumas. That Christmas dinner where your parents fought. The uncle who always drank too much. The grandmother who died the day before. The brain stores these memories like warning labels. Caution, dangerous December. Technique, personification of memory, warning labels. 3. Side B. When not liking Christmas is an act of authenticity. But what if not liking Christmas was a superpower? You reject the social script. While everyone follows the script, buy, decorate, post, you question, why do I have to perform happiness? This isn't bitterness, it's freedom. Technique, reframing, transforms problem into virtue. You value the genuine. You prefer a hug in March to an automatic Merry Christmas in December. Your connection has no expiration date. Technique, temporal contrast, March versus December. You are a selective celebrator. Celebrate what makes sense to you, your dog's birthday, the first rain after the drought, the day you overcame a crisis. Your calendar is personalized. Technique, concrete and unusual examples, rain, dog, to break cliches. 4. The reinvention exercise, for those who want to change or not. If Christmas hurts you, you have two options. 1. Rewrite the narrative. Turn December 24th into Silent Gratitude Day. Instead of supper, make a list of what saved you that year. Instead of gifts, give yourself forgiveness. Technique, alternative ritual, replaces the traditional one with something personal. 2. Embrace the anti-Christmas without guilt. If December is just another month, that's okay. You're not the Grinch, you're a human who respects your limits. And that, ironically, is the most valuable gift you can give yourself. Technique, empowering irony, most valuable gift. 5. The lock that turns into a key, phrase to keep in your pocket. Christmas isn't about trees or Santa Claus. It's about what you choose to nurture, memories that hurt or the courage to create new ones. And if your choice is to choose nothing, that's an answer too. An honest answer. 6. CTA that invites action, without asking for likes. If you found yourself here, comment, what does December represent for you? A weight? A break? A wound? A reinvention? And if this text made sense, save it to reread when the Christmas lights start to twinkle too much. You are not alone in this. Until the next reflection, which could be in January, because December is yours, your way. Cloud with Snow #. Why this text engages, technical analysis. 1. Structure in emotional waves. It begins with pain, grief, loneliness, rises to empowerment, authenticity, and ends with active hope, reinvention. Effect. The reader goes through a cathartic arc in a few paragraphs. 2. Multisensory language. Uses smells, panettone, sounds, music, images, blinking lights, to activate the reader's memories. 3. Validation plus provocation. You're not the Grinch, validates, plus you're a human who respects your limits, provokes reflection. Effect. The reader feels understood and challenged at the same time. 4. Modern metaphors. Christmas as billboard or social script makes abstract concepts, pressure, performance, visual and current. 5. Tattooable phrases. A human who respects his limits. Selective celebrator. What do you choose to feed? Viral potential. They are short, poetic, and applicable to other areas of life. 6. Purposeful CTA. It doesn't ask for likes, but stories. Comment what December means to you. Effect. Creates community. People with similar experiences connect in the comments. How to adapt this template for other themes. Replicable formula. 1. Choose a social taboo. X. Why don't some people cry at funerals? Why don't certain couples sleep in the same bed? 2. Start with contrast. While everyone expected action, you atypical action. 3. Explore causes with traumas. Maybe I saw. Social pressures. The world demands that you. Hidden virtues. But this could be a sign of. 4. Reframe the problem. Turn failure into a superpower or act of courage. 5. Close with. Anchor phrase. Memorable and shareable. Emotional, non-transactional, sharing CTA. Quick example. Topic. Why don't some people take vacations? While everyone counts down the days to airplane mode, you postpone your vacation year after year. It's not too much work, it's just that, for you, stopping is dangerous. Because if you stop, you'll have to listen to the silence. And the silence, sometimes, screams. Development, exploring fears of devaluation, identity linked to productivity, or even the secret pleasure of being indispensable. But what if not taking a vacation was your way of protecting a sacred space? The space where you ultimately don't have to be useful, you just have to be. Final tip. Whenever you write about outlier behaviors, remember. Pain needs a name, validate. Strangeness needs meaning, explain. The reader needs a way out, empower or reinvent. And never underestimate the power of a well-aimed metaphor, it's the bridge between the reader's head and their heart. Red Heart #.